How do you do? Storyteller here, and welcome to the 300 question personality test. This looks like it's going to be very interesting. 300 questions is quite a beast, but it'll be fun. So let's dive into it, shall we? Alright, so it goes from inaccurate to neutral to accurate on a 5-something scale. 5-range scale. So I make friends easily. That favors on the inaccurate side. Although I do enjoy meeting new people, I find it actually very difficult to interact with them on a friend-making basis. So my range of friends is small but strong. That's the way I like to keep it. I have a vivid imagination. Absolutely, even to the point of being concerningly vivid imagination. I worry about things. I'm gonna lean on the side of yes, but not completely. I consider myself a fairly nonchalant person, but when things stress me out, they just turn around and around and around in my brain and I can't get rid of them. So yeah. I love large parties. I'm gonna give that a big ol' no. I hate parties. I hate being around large groups of people. It drains me mentally. I am very much an introvert, and parties are just overwhelming to me. I believe in the importance of art. Yes, actually. 100% yes, actually. Art is a form of expression, and there are many forms of art forms. Art isn't strictly something that goes on a canvas or on a pedestal. Art can be anything that you find that lets you express yourself. So yes, I believe that's extremely important. I get angry easily. Gonna give that a mostly yes, but not completely yes. I get agitated. There's a difference. I don't get I don't stay angry, but I get easily agitated by things. It's technically the same thing, but there's a difference. I feel like anger is a lasting thing, like, oh, I'm going to hold a grudge. I'm not a hold a grudge kind of person, but I am very much a little things tweak me, everyone get out, I hate all of you, okay, I'm sorry, come back type of person, so. Was that confusing? I take charge, for the most part. For the most part, I do like to be in charge. And I am very bossy. But I also kind of like to be around people who know what they're doing, and I'm not afraid to let other people take charge if I think they know what they're doing. If they don't, though, I'm gonna wipe up the floor with them. Anyway. I experience my emotions intensely. Yes. I gotta go right here. Because I am a very emotional person. Even though I try to be nonchalant and I try to be chill, I end up being very emotional, and when I let my emotions get away with me, they tend to all flood out at once, and it can be scary. I often feel blue. I'm gonna say mostly yes, but not in a bad way. In a pensive, quiet, morose but thoughtful sort of way. I'd like to think it comes into the territory of being a mellow person, that you oftentimes are in a very, what could be perceived as blue mood. Not necessarily that I'm sad, but it's something you actually have to kind of experience to understand. Is just, there's a song from Over the Garden Wall, it's Content to be Forlorn. I love that song. Anyway, I am always busy. Yes! 100% yes, because I am always finding more things to do. I do all sorts of things, and I have a wide range of interests, and I get myself into things, and I'm always busy. I always have something planned. I always have something to do, something on the schedule. So yeah, I'm always busy. Not necessarily always bad things. Like, oftentimes I'm busy doing a lot of fun things, but I'm very rarely ever bored. I prefer variety to routine, 100%. I think routine is a murderer. Routine kills. Routine drains your brain. So yes, I do prefer variety. I am easily intimidated. Heck no. Heck no. Heck no. No. I'm really not afraid of anything, and things don't really... I'm not really afraid of much. I mean, not afraid to die, not afraid of the dark, not afraid of... I don't know. Yeah, I'm not very easily intimidated. I take life as it comes, and whatever that means, I just accept it. So, no, I'm not intimidated. I love excitement, for the most part. Excitement is always a good thing, because I work security on Sundays, so excitement in security is not a good thing. So, for the most part, I love excitement. I like to solve complex problems. Again, somewhat. If we're talking about the fun sort of complex problems, like solving puzzles or solving mysteries, yes. If we're talking about solving complex problems like diving into my friend's psyche and trying to help them through an internal struggle, yeah, no, that's a complex problem and I don't want any part of that. No. I often eat too much. I'm gonna put this right in the middle and not say anything more. I radiate joy. I don't think so. I'm gonna say probably not. I'm not gonna say a full-out no, because I try. Especially on here, I try to be joyful, I try to be happy, I try to make these videos enjoyable so that you guys want to watch them. And I'm making it for the fun of it, so that's probably the point. But no, I do not radiate joy by any means. I tend to vote for liberal political candidates. Well, I'm gonna put this in the middle because, quite honestly, I know this is terrible. I should be ashamed, and you all are gonna hate me now. I haven't voted. I have yet to register to vote yet. Whenever it comes around, there's always something going on in my life, and I never get to it, and it passes me by, and I'm unaffected either way by it. So as much as I want to vote, I do want to vote, but I have not voted yet, so I cannot voice an opinion on that because I have not voted. I panic easily. You see, this is different than worrying. Because I can worry about something, but panicking means I'm losing control of my mental faculties. I can't think clearly, and I can't adjust to whatever situation I'm in. So I could worry about a situation, but I usually resolve it. So I'm going to say a big ol' no on that one, because I do not panic easily. I may worry, but I don't panic. I trust others. Probably not. I'm not going to say a full-out no, because I do trust some people. But for the most part, no. There's not a whole lot of people in this world that I trust. Sorry. I would never cheat on my taxes. I'm gonna say probably not. I've had a job for a while now, but I've actually never filed taxes. I don't know how to. And it's never come up, so that might come around to bite me in the behind eventually, but I've never filled out taxes. I don't know how. I make people feel welcome. Probably not. No, I'm gonna say probably not. Especially not when we have house guests and stuff. I'm usually the cold, reserved one that's sitting in the corner like, when are you all going to leave? I cannot wait to have my personal space back. And they're probably all sensing it, but trying to ignore it. Anyway. I'm easy to satisfy. Absolutely yes. I'm the easiest person, like, I'm the cheapest date in the world. I could go to fast food, we could make a sandwich and go sit in a park somewhere, we could get a candy bar at the gas station and go sit somewhere, and I'm perfectly fine. That's a perfect date for me. That's easy to satisfy. Yeah, I'm so easy. Like, even to the point of being annoyingly easy, because people are like, oh, where do you want to go? Anywhere. No, really, I know a girl thing, anywhere. You say anywhere, but you mean this. I'm like, no, really, I'm good anywhere. You want fast food? You want to binge eat snacks all night? You want to get something healthy? You want to get something greasy? I don't care. I'm easy. I really am very easy to satisfy. a very content person. I dislike being the center of attention. You see, this is where my personality kind of splits. I'm an introvert, and I like my peace and quiet, but at the same time, I'm a total ham. I'm a goofball, so I love to be the center of attention when I'm trying to be the center of attention. If people are just noticing me for like an outfit I'm wearing and they're like, "Oh, I like your shoes, I like your shirt, I like your makeup today," I'm like, "Thanks. Okay, bye-bye, bye-bye." No. But if I'm goofing off and trying to do something crazy or something, yeah, I want everybody watching. I don't know. So that's what I only like to be the center of attention when I'm trying to be the center of attention. I sympathize with the homeless. What kind of question is this? Of course I do. Of course I do. What kind of question is that? What kind of heartless person would say no? Anyway. I complete tasks successfully. I'm gonna say a big old 50-50 on that. I try. I certainly give it my old school try. Give it my best, but I don't always succeed at everything. I mean, you'd have to be pretty impressive to succeed at everything. So, yeah, no, I'm human. You may not believe this, but I am human. I don't succeed at everything. I like order, for the most part, but I also like a little diversity. I like a little spontaneity. I like to be surprised sometimes, not all the time. I like a little bit of stability. That's what it is. I like stability, but variance, and a little bit of surprise in my life. I try to follow the rules. Yes, actually. I'm even gonna put this in a full yes, because I really do. I'm a bit of a stickler. Even though I have this goofy, I don't give a crap kind of attitude, I'd like to think I'm actually kind of a goody two-shoes underneath it all. I do follow the rules, and I try, at least. For the most part, I do try to follow the rules. And that's what it says. It says I try to follow the rules. So I don't always, but I do like to abide by them, and I like to be secure in the fact knowing I've done absolutely nothing wrong anytime. That's just me. I go straight for the goal. No. No, actually. No. A lot of times the joy's in the journey. Like, especially, I think back to races and, like, we do an obstacle race every day. If you're just racing toward the end, you're gonna miss all the fun in between. But if you enjoy the moment you're in and know that you have a goal and you're working toward it, but it's not about when you get there, it's about the trip getting there. That's life itself. I get chores done right away. Big ol' nope. When it comes to doing chores or cleaning or housework or things like that, I'm a procrastinator to the max. I have to have a full basket of laundry before I will do laundry. You can barely see the floor before I'll vacuum. There would have to be a lot on the bed for me to move anything off the bed to actually sleep on it. I'll sleep right next to a project I'm working on the bed. I don't care. I'm a procrastinator. I do not like to clean. I like for things to be clean. I like to be in a clean place, but I don't like to actually physically clean. It's tedious to me. I know, that's horrible. I avoid mistakes. Doesn't everybody? I mean, I don't successfully avoid mistakes, but I make the attempt to avoid mistakes. I fear for the worst. No, not really. Like I said, life is just gonna happen no matter what, so just take it as it comes. I get irritated easily, yes. Not a full-on yes, because I like to think I have a little bit of patience. Especially working retail. You have to have patience to work in retail. But yes, I don't react easily, but I do get irritated easily. I guess that's the difference. It takes a lot to get me to actually do something because I have self-restraint, But internally, yes, I do get irritated very easily. I dislike myself. No. I mean, I'm not going to say a full-out no, because obviously there are some things I would change about myself, some things I want to improve about myself. But I don't by any means dislike myself. I mean, what kind of existence would that be? I'm afraid that I will do the wrong thing. Well, neutral, because isn't everybody? I mean, we all want to do the right thing. That's human nature. We all want to succeed. We all want to do something good. I don't know. I don't know why I do some of the things I do. No, I'm pretty sure about the stuff I do. I mean, I don't just do random things for no reason. Unless I'm trying to be funny, and even then, I would know why I'm doing it, to be funny. So yeah, no, I'm pretty sure of what I do. I become overwhelmed by events, sometimes. I mean, like I said, things like parties or big crowds, like a concert or something, yeah, I get overwhelmed because I'm an introvert, but events? I think it means like life events, things happening in your life. No, I'm open to change, and I can cope with change pretty well. I don't think life overwhelms me in any way. I like to think I just roll with the punches. I warm up quickly to others. Neutral. I can get along with other people, but for them to actually become a part of my life and for me to actually care about them or want to see them or actually think about them in my day-to-day life, because I don't. I don't often think about people, even though I should. There are people I should have on my mind and that I should reach out and say, hi, how you doing? But no, I zone off into my own little world, and I rarely ever think of other people. But when I do, that community is very small, but it's close. I have a very select few people that I actually open up to. So I try to be friendly, but no, I don't always fully welcome people in as quickly as some people do. I talk to a lot of different people at parties. I don't go to parties. Sorry. I mean, I'd like to say, yeah, I'm a very openly diverse person. I enjoy different conversations and deep intellectual debates, but I don't go to parties. Sorry. I try to lead others, yes, but not always in a good way. I can be controlling and I can be overwhelming to people at times. Just because I'm trying to get things accomplished, I want to go toward successful completion, and when I see somebody slacking, I can lead them, but I usually do it in a confrontational way, which is not good, and I'm trying to work on that. But yeah, I am a leader, but I'm not a kind one. I'm not a loving leader. I'm more of a tyrant. I'm always on the go, yes. Yes. I am always doing something. I seek adventure, 100% yes. That's actually my goal, is I want to see as much as I can and have as many adventures and tell as many stories as I possibly can. I want to see as much as I can possibly see before my time is up. Before it's up. I have a lot of fun, for the most part. I mean, you can't always have fun. You have to go to work sometimes, but I'd like to think I have a pretty fun time. I enjoy wild flights of fancy. I have no idea what you mean by that. Wild flights of fancy. Fantasy. Not fancy. Fantasy. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. Fantasy? Wild flights of fantasy. I'm gonna go neutral on this one because I actually have no idea what they mean by that. Flights of fantasy. Is that like daydreaming? Because I do that, but I don't know what you're trying to say. I like music. Well, that's kind of vague. What type of music? I don't do hip-hop or rap or... I don't know. I don't like the modern music, like pop singers and stuff like that. I don't go for that. I like classical music. I like some country music. Like classic rock. I don't know. I don't like all music, but yeah, I like music. I feel others' emotions. Yes, I empathize with people very well, and I pick up when someone is radiating a certain emotion. I can usually sense it. I'm fairly perceptive, not in like a gloating kind of way. It's not always good. It's not a good thing, but I do pick up other people's feelings. I like to visit new places. Abso-positively. I like to read challenging material. I feel like I'm doing that right now. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, I'm not going to sit down and read a Latin book or something like that. And I just realized Latin is a speaking language, isn't it? I feel stupid now. Anyway, yeah, I've tried to sit down and read the Odyssey like 3 times now, and I've never gotten through it, but I enjoy the challenge of reading challenging material, so I want to read challenging material, I just haven't really done it yet. I believe there is no absolute right and wrong. Yes, but not completely yes. I believe there's a certain balance of what can be right and wrong, and that some things on either side can tip the balance in different situations. Like, you can say, oh, do not kill, that's wrong. That's always going to be wrong, but then you can look at it and say, is it okay to kill if that person is going to kill a child? Is it okay to kill to stop someone else from killing? Then you have to go, oh, wait, hang on. So, yeah, there's no absolute right or wrong in that case. But I believe there is a certain scale of right and wrong, and you have to make sure that what you're doing as right outweighs the wrong. Like, you have to make sure you're doing that your right is more right than how wrong their wrong is. But right is right and wrong is no man's right. That's what my grandmother would say. I believe that others have good intentions. Neutral. Some people have good intentions, a lot of people don't. I stick to the rules. Gonna go neutral on this one, because that one says the last one said I try to stick to the rules. That was a yes. I stick to the rules? Neutral. I try. I don't always. I anticipate the need of others. To some degree, I mean, I like to think I'm mindful of other people, that I try to anticipate their needs. That should be what it says. I try to anticipate. I'm not always 100% perceptive of their needs, but I try. I can't stand confrontations. Absolutely yes. Whenever people are fighting, it always sends me into a panic. I get anxious. I just want it to be over. I just want to say, guys, forget it. Just leave it alone. Just stop. Let's just get along. That's... people would say that's the Libra in me, or Libra? Yeah, I'm again, with the scales type of person. I'm a balanced person. I'm a peacekeeper. I'm that sort. I'm very much that sort. Just don't fight. You may have your differences, but just shut up and let's all get along type of person. I dislike talking about myself. Well, obviously not. Actually, I'm going to go all the way over here and say I actually kind of enjoy talking about myself, even though it's completely egotistical. It's nice to get it out, because the more I question about myself, that's why I love these. The more I question about myself, the more I get to learn what I actually think. I get a chance to say what I actually feel, and it sort of solidifies it in my mind that, oh yeah, this is what I believe. Or no, this is not what I believe. So, yeah, it teaches me about myself. I feel sympathy for those who are worse off than myself. Obviously. Obviously. I excel in what I do. Not really. Middle. I give it my best, and I do what I can, and I try. That's the eternal struggle, is I always try. But I don't always excel. So, middle ground. I like to tidy up. Nope. Actually, I hate to clean. I've already said that. I hate to clean. Hold on. Needed a drink. I keep my promises. for the most part. I try. My word means a lot to me, but I can't always keep all my promises. I know you shouldn't make promises if you can't keep them, but I have, which damages your record in the long run, so I try. I always try to keep my promises, but you can't always. You can't always. I work hard. Yeah, I do. Not as hard as some people. There are people who work a lot harder than me and see the results for it, but I do work hard, but not as hard as some people. I'm always prepared. No, I'm actually rarely ever prepared. Ever. I choose my words with care. I try to, but they usually come blathering out of my mouth in a jumble. In here, I have a much more crisp, pristine vocabulary to choose from. I have a lot of things I would like to say, but all the words go swirling around my brain and then come plowing out of my mouth without rhyme or reason, and I usually stumble over my words, and then I just go, never mind, I'm just gonna shut up because I can't talk. I'm afraid of many things. No, actually, no. I get upset easily. You see, this is different than irritated. Irritated, you get angry, you get agitated, you get annoyed, but upset can mean sad. Upset can mean... I feel like that's different. I don't know why, but it's different. I don't get upset. I get irritated, but not disturbed, upset. That's different. I'm often down in the dumps. You see, this is different than blue. I remember all the things it's asked me already because I'm prepared to give the same answer again, but this is different. Last time it asked me, I'm often blue. Yes, I can be morose, I can be pensive and thoughtful, and I can seem a bit gloomy. But down in the dumps usually refers to depressed or negative, that sort of thing. I don't like to radiate bad energy. If I'm feeling blue, I usually keep it to myself, but I feel like down in the dumps is something that comes visually. You can see it on a person. So I'm not negative and I can be negative, but I mean, I'm not the type of person who goes around expressing that I'm down in the dumps. If I'm feeling blue, I usually just feel it in here. But down in the dumps, I feel like you can see it on a person. I find it difficult to approach others. Yes, I'm an introvert, so yes. I don't communicate well. I do things that I later regret. See, this is a problem. I'm going to click probably not, mostly not. But in saying this, I'm not saying that I don't do things that I shouldn't have done or do things that I could regret doing or that had a bad outcome. I'm not saying that everything I do is right. What I'm saying is I try to live a life without regret. So I take my mistakes and use them as experience. I say, well, at least I know now better, so that later down the road something worse could have come along and now I know better. So I don't regret. I make mistakes, but I don't regret. That's the difference. That's why I'm going to tick no. Just want to clarify that. I feel that I am unable to deal with things. No, I actually deal with things pretty well. I feel like I have a pretty good coping mechanism, and I can roll things off my shoulder and keep going. Keep moving forward, right? I feel comfortable around people. No, not really. Not totally uncomfortable to where I can't function, but I don't like being around people. It's not my thing. I enjoy being part of a group. See, this one I'm going to say neutral, because there's a difference. There's a difference than being around a lot of people and being in a group toward a specific goal or idea. Like, it comes to mind my poetry club. I loved that, but that was a group, so that's different. It depends on the type of group we're talking about and how big the group is. I can talk others into doing things. I'm gonna actually say, yeah, pretty well. I'd like to think I'm a fairly persuasive person, even though that might, again, not be a good thing. I consider myself fairly negotiable with people, so I do a lot in my spare time. That implies that I have spare time, and I really don't, because I tend to be fairly busy. I love action, for the most part. Again, there are times you don't want action, so, for the most part. I express childlike joy. Well, I am very childlike. Joy I don't know about, but childlike, I love to daydream. Absolutely. What kind of life would you live if you didn't daydream? That would be so boring. I see beauty in things that others might not notice. I'd like to think so. I mean, that's kind of a vain thing to say out loud, because anybody could say that, but yes, I try to see beauty in things others might not notice. I'm passionate about causes, yes. For the most part, yes. I have a lot of things that I gear my passions toward, and when I go after them with everything I've got, so, yes. I'm interested in many things. Yes, I am a very diverse person. I have a rich vocabulary. I'm going to say mostly just because I know people who have a more extensive vocabulary than me and who can actually express it vocally in a concentrated and fluent way. They don't have to stop and do this around their head to actually get the words out. So I have a wide vocabulary, but I can't express it as smoothly as other people can. So that's why I'm going to say mostly yes. I believe that criminals should receive help rather than punishment. It depends on what their crime is. Because I actually feel like there are a lot of crimes you can't bounce back from. Like child molesting. You can't bounce back from that and just be normal after that. After you... Again, with the killing thing, there's a lot of situations where killing could be the right thing to do, but it's still considered a crime, so I'm gonna say neutral in this one, because there are some crimes that you can receive help for and come back from, but there's a lot of crimes you really can't undo the damage from. So I'm gonna say on that. I trust what people say. No, actually. No. I really don't. I use flattery to get ahead. I don't really talk to people or have any way to get ahead in the profession I'm in. So, not to say that I wouldn't, but the situation hasn't come up. It's hot in here. I love to help others. Yeah, I mean, to some degree. Here's my thought. I don't like to be a crutch for people, and I don't want people to rely completely on me. I like to help, but I don't want people to be dependent, if that makes sense. I hate to seem pushy. No, I'm a very pushy person, and I can be very annoying sometimes, especially when I'm trying to be a leader. I'm very pushy. I consider myself an average person. Nope. I am delightfully bizarre. I value cooperation over competition. No. No. I think competition is healthy. I think it's actually much more motivating than we can all work together and sing Kumbaya, or we can make a challenge out of this and I'll kick your butt at it. Yeah, I think competition is much more motivating than cooperation. I handle tasks smoothly. Depends on what it is. I want everything to be just right. For the most part. Again, like I said, I'm a very easy person to please. I'm easy to satisfy. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect. I pay my bills on time. I don't want to sound like a spoiled brat right now, but I don't really have any bills. I live with my parents. So, yeah, so sorry. I feel like I would. I would. but I don't really have any bills. I turn my plans into action. Yes, I'm actually a very dedicated person to my interests. So whenever I find something that interests me, I either attack it and go full force at it, or I cut it out of my life because it has no relevance to me and I forget about it. I don't really do anything halfway, so if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it all the way, or I'm not gonna do it at all. Doesn't make sense to just do it part way. I start tasks right away. Again, somewhat. If it's a task I want to do, yes. If it's cleaning, no. I stick to my chosen path, no. I'm gonna say big ol' 100% no. I am constantly changing my mind. Always diverse, always changing. I've changed my majors in school. I don't have a plan. I don't have a plan. I get stressed out easily. Somewhat. I'm often in a bad mood. I'm gonna say neutral on this one, because what my normal character is could be perceived by other people as being a bad mood, but I'm really not. I'm perfectly content, but people would take my sarcasm and humorous negativity, like I have a sarcastic negativity in my attitude that I try to play off as comedy, that I try to make witty comments and observations about, but it turns out being perceived as a bad mood. So I'm not often in a bad mood, but it could look that way. I have a low opinion of myself. No, that'd be horrible. I'm afraid to draw attention to myself. No, I'm not. I go on binges? Binges, are we talking about like sequences of things? Like, do I binge watch TV shows, or do I binge play video games? Probably. Do I binge eat? Not really. I don't think so. I'm gonna say no. I don't watch a lot of TV, and when I play video games, I'm usually recording, so no, I don't really do anything in vast quantities. I don't know, that's not me. I can't make up my mind. No, I'm not only am I fairly easy to satisfy, I'm also pretty decisive about what I do and don't want. I act comfortably with others. No, not really. On to the next page, guys. 1 out of 3 pages and we're almost 40 minutes in. Let's pick this up a little, shall we? I involve others in what I'm doing. No. I'm actually very much a lone wolf. I like to do things by myself. I seek to influence others. Yes, actually, that's one of my goals, is to leave some sort of a legacy. Keep going, I'm losing my voice. I can manage many things at the same time. I'm a fairly good multitasker. I enjoy being part of a loud crowd. No! I laugh my way through life. When I have my voice, yes, I do. I like to get lost in thought. Like to get lost in thought. I do often get lost in thought. I get lost in thought. But I like to get lost in thought. If this said I often get lost in thought, I would say absolutely yes. But I like to get lost in thought? I'm gonna say somewhat. Because I often get lost in thoughts that I don't want to think about. It just happens. I love flowers. Yes, I love flowers. I enjoy examining myself and my life. Yes, that's what I'm doing right now. I like to begin new things. Yes. When it's things I want to do. I can handle a lot of information. No, not for the most part. Depends on what it is. If I'm reading, I can read and read and read and read and read for hours and take it all in and remember everything I just read. You try to sit me down in like a science class and teach me something, I'm like, what? I'm a sight person. I need to see it, I need to touch it, I need to move it, I need to examine it, smell it, breathe it, taste it, everything to understand what's going on. So, I'm very much a hands-on person. I believe in one true religion. gonna put a big ol' neutral on that one and just move on. I believe that people are basically moral. No, I don't. I use others for my ends. For my own ends. I use others for my own ends. I don't think so. I mean, that wouldn't be very nice. I guess to some degree we all do, but I don't try to. I'm concerned about others, I try to be. When I can remember to be, yes, I do worry about other people. I have a sharp tongue. I have a silver tongue, but it's a slow one, because it slurs a lot. Like, I think this goes back to the vocabulary thing. I'm sarcastic, I'm witty, I'm pretty sharp when it comes to the comebacks, but actually getting it out of my mouth is the problem. So, somewhat. I seldom toot my own horn. No, I do that a lot, actually, especially on here. I suffer from others' sorrows. Yes, I actually do. I am sure of my ground. Do I stand my ground, or I'm sure of myself? I'm sure of my ground. Well, this ground seems pretty stable, so I'm gonna go with yes. As long as the floor doesn't give out under me any second now. I love order and regularity, to some degree. I mean, I believe there's a balance in the universe, but I also like diversity, so... I tell the truth. If I said no, then I would be wrong, because that would be telling the truth. But if I say yes, and I don't tell the truth, then I would be lying, but... Oh gosh, I'm just gonna put a neutral and move on. I plunge into tasks with all of my heart. Yes, I do. I may not be good at them, but I usually do give it my all. I get to work at once. Somewhat. Depends on what I'm doing. I jump into things without thinking. Yeah, that's me. I usually don't have a game plan. I just attack it and figure it out as I go. I get caught up in my problems. Neutral. Like, I get lost in thought a lot, but usually it's not about my problems, it's about distant things that I shouldn't even be thinking about. Long gone things, so. Bottle bucket. I didn't just throw that, I promise. There's a bucket over there. I lose my temper. No. I do get irritated very easily, but I have very good control over my temper, and I don't just go shouting or swinging my fists, so I have good control. I have frequent mood swings. Some people would say yes, some people would say maybe. I'm gonna go with probably, just because my mood does change very quickly, but not without reason. There's usually something that sets off my mood, not something easily perceptible to other people. Like, they wouldn't see what caused me to change, but little things affect me, so I can admit that. I only feel comfortable with friends. And family. Yeah, no, I have family too. I love to eat. Neutral. I like food, but I don't like what food does, so yeah, I'm gonna go neutral. I get overwhelmed by emotions. No. Even though I do a lot of thinking and I get caught up in things, I don't get overwhelmed by them. I cheer people up. I try. How am I doing? Am I doing okay? Am I doing good? I'm gonna go with a yes. Big ol' fat yes on that one. I love surprise parties. No. No. I hate celebrating my own birthday. I take control of things, for the most part, not always in a good way. I react quickly. No. I don't think so. I try to think things out. Even though I can jump in without thinking, I don't usually do it quickly. I enjoy being reckless. To some degree. I'll go and jump off a cliff into water, no problem, but reckless in my work, reckless in a task I'm doing. It depends on how I'm being reckless. I love life. Well, who would click no to that? Who would click no? That's so sad. I indulge in my fantasies. Again, this goes back to the other question. What does this mean? Neutral. I don't know what that means. I enjoy the beauty of nature. Yes, I do. I love the outdoors. I try to understand myself. I try. I prefer to stick with things that I know. No, I love new things. I enjoy thinking about things. That's kind of vague. I vote for... You see, you can't ask me about voting, because I haven't voted yet. I believe in human goodness. No, humans are not naturally good. It's a choice. I know how to get around the rules. Not usually. When I break them, somebody usually notices, and I get in trouble. I have a good word for everybody. For everyone. I have a good word for everyone. I have a good word for everyone. What does that mean? I'm gonna go neutral. I don't know what that means. I contradict others. Yes. I mean, I would... No! Never! Sorry. Yeah, I can be a little argumentative, but in a good way. I like a good debate. I like to have verbal sparring every once and again. It keeps the mind sharp. I believe I am better than others. No. No! Of course not. Not really. I'm not interested in other people's problems. Neutral, because it depends on who it is. If it's a person at my cash register coming up and wanting to complain to me about their cat, or their kid fell down at the soccer practice, no, I don't give a crap. But if my friend comes to me and has a problem and wants to talk to me, yeah. Of course I'm interested and I want to talk. I come up with good solutions. I come up with solutions. They might not be good ones. I do things according to a plan. I never have a plan. I listen to my conscience. Sometimes. Sometimes. I do more than what's expected of me. I try. I certainly try. I'm gonna go neutral. Because I have good intentions, but I don't always follow through with them. I carry out my plans. I don't have plans. I make rash decisions. Sometimes. I'm not easily bothered by things. Neutral. I rarely get irritated. Wrong. I feel desperate. No, not really. I stumble over my words. 100% yes, that's me. I rarely overindulge. I wouldn't. Neutral. I mean, it depends on what we're talking about. I remain calm under pressure. Neutral. I mean, depends on the situation again. I am hard to get to know. I'd like to think so. I prefer to be alone. Yes. I wait for others to lead the way. No, I like to take charge. I like to take it easy. That's also a yes, though. Because I'm easy. I like to do nothing. I don't know. That's a hard one. I act wild and crazy. No, I'm a fairly mellow person. Even though I like to take risks and I like to do new things and I like to do crazy things, but I don't like to act crazy. I'm a fairly reserved person. I look at the bright side of life. I certainly try to. I spend my time reflecting on things. Yes, I do. I do not like art. Wrong. I seldom get emotional. Wrong. Mostly wrong. I dislike changes. No, I'm okay with change. Change can be a good thing. I'm not interested in abstract ideas. Of course I am. I believe that too much of my tax money goes to support artists. I didn't know any money goes to support artists. What artists are you talking about? Neutral. I don't know anything about this. Is this a thing? I think that all will be... Well, what? I think that all will be well? Yeah. If you're trying to say all things are gonna work out, everything's gonna be alright. Yeah. Things will work. If you're trying to say things are gonna work out in the end eventually, yeah, that's my belief. Things will work itself out. I cheat to get ahead. Depends on what we're talking about. If we're talking about video games, yes, I cheat all the time. If you're talking about competitions or things, no, I don't cheat. I don't cheat. I like a fair fight. I look down on others. Neutral. This falls into, again, my negative outlook, my sarcastic humor. I can be critical of other people, but not in a condescending way. But people take it that way. So that's hard. I don't look down on others, but the way I say things sounds like I do. I love a good fight. Sometimes fights are good. Sometimes they're good. I think highly of myself. Neutral. I'm indifferent about myself. I mean, I'm just me. I tend to dislike soft-hearted people. I like people... That's hard. There's a balance. I don't like people to mollycoddle people. I don't know how to say that word. I don't like people to baby people, but at the same time, you don't have to be harsh and cruel to people to get your point across, so... There's a middle ground. I know how to get things done. Not really, I kind of wing it. I often forget to put things back in their proper place. Yeah. All the time. I break rules. Neutral. Sometimes. I set high standards for myself and others. To some degree. I try to set high standards for myself and I try to reach them. But if I don't always reach them, I know that's okay and things are going to be alright. I'm losing my voice. I find it difficult to get down to work. Depends on what I'm doing. I like to act on a whim sometimes. I seldom get mad. No, I get mad sometimes. I feel like my life lacks direction. Somewhat, but that may not be a bad thing. I am not embarrassed easily. That's true. I easily resist temptations, not always. I handle complex problems, no better or worse than anybody else. I often feel uncomfortable around others, yes. I want to be left alone, yes. I keep in the background, yes. I like to take my time, sometimes. I'm willing to try anything once. Abso-positively. I laugh aloud. Sometimes. I seldom daydream. Wrong. I do not like poetry. Wrong. I'm not easily affected by my emotions. I'm neutral. Well, wrong one. Sorry. I don't like the idea of change. No, I like change. Change is good. I avoid I avoid philosophical discussions. No, sorry, wrong way. No, I actually like a good, engaging conversation. We are on the last page. This has been a beast of a challenge, but we are almost done. I believe laws should be strictly enforced. No, I believe there's a middle ground. I believe there's... Cannot think right now. You know, balance. I distrust people. Neutral. I put people under pressure. Not really. I am indifferent to the feelings of others. Wrong. I yell at people. No, I'd like to. Boy, would I like to. But I don't. I have a high opinion of myself. Neutral. I believe in an eye for an eye. This has been one of my feelings through life. This has been my philosophy. Is you can do whatever you want to me, but I'm gonna do it right back. And that's the balance of the universe, is you punch me in the face, I'm gonna punch you in the face, and then we're best friends. Because we're good, we're even, we're cool. Everything is in balance again. If you do something to me, I'm gonna do it back to you, and now we're square. I believe very much in an eye for an eye. I feel like two people can't get along again as long as one person has done something wrong to the other one. If you punch your best friend in the face, he has to punch you back in the face, or there's always going to be that looming over you. But once you do it, you're good. You can be best friends. because everything is good again. I don't know. It's a very old school way of thinking, but that's the way I've always thought, is the best sort of a law is you do it, I'm gonna do it back. That's just, I think it was how I was raised to think. I don't know. I misjudge situations. I'm a fairly good judge of character and fairly good at perception, so I'm gonna say sometimes. I leave a mess in my room. Let's not comment about that. I break my promises. You see, the last one said I have broken promises, or I try to keep my promises. I do try, but I don't like to say that I break my promises. I try not to. I have, but I don't make a habit of it. I demand quality. To some degree, I mean, we do the best we can, right? I waste my time. Waste is the word in question. What I do could be perceived as a waste of time, but to me it is not a waste. I rush into things, sometimes. I am relaxed most of the time. Somewhat. I'm a fairly chill person. I am not easily annoyed. Wrong. I seldom feel blue. Wrong. I am comfortable in unfamiliar situations, to some degree. I am able to control my cravings, to some degree. I know how to cope, somewhat. I avoid contacts with others. Medium. I mean, I work retail, so you really can't, but I don't like crowded events. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy going to things like concerts or big events or I don't know, festivals, that sort of thing. I enjoy it, but I don't like the crowds. But it won't stop me from going. I have little to say. Wrong. I have a lot to say. I like a leisurely lifestyle. Yes, I do. I seek danger. Yes, I do. I know these things too contradict each other, but that's just me. I amuse my friends. Are you amused? I don't have a good imagination. Wrong. I am all about imagination. I love art museums. I rarely notice my emotional reactions. No, I notice. They might not always be good things, but I notice. I am a creature of habit. Somewhat. Depends on what it is. I have difficulty understanding abstract ideas. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that, but that might be the point. I believe that we coddle criminals too much. I'm gonna go neutral on that. Gonna go neutral. I suspect hidden motives in others. Sometimes. I pretend to be concerned for others. At work, yes. With my friends, no. I mean it with my friends. Or family. With my family, I mean it. At work, I totally don't mean it. I make people feel uncomfortable. Not that I know of. I insult people. Yes. Yes. I do that a lot, and sometimes without meaning it. Or intending to. I insult people a lot. I can be very rude when I'm annoyed. I know the answers to many questions. I know enough to know that I know nothing. I try not to think about the needy. Well, I mean, if there's nothing I can do, I try not to, but if there's something I can do, I'm gonna go neutral, because I don't often do much to help other people, but it's not like I don't care. It's just like, I don't know what I can do. I don't understand things. I don't know. What kind of things are you talking about? I leave my belongings around. Yes, I'm very untidy. I get others to do my duties. No, I don't like to negotiate my work. Like, I don't like to delegate is the word I was looking for. I don't like to delegate my work. I'm not highly motivated to succeed, so no, that's wrong. I like to win. I'm competitive. I like to win. I need a push to get started. Depends on what it is. I do crazy things. Yes, I do. I don't worry about the things I've already happened. Somewhat. I keep my cool. Somewhat. I feel comfortable with myself. Yes. I'm not bothered by difficult social situations. Somewhat. I'm gonna go actually no. I don't like social situations. I never spend more than I can afford, yes, because I don't have credit cards. I deal all in cash and ATM cards, so I if I don't have the money, then I don't have it. I don't have credit cards. I readily overcome setbacks. Somewhat. I'm really not interested in others. Depends on what it is. I avoid crowds. Heck yeah. I don't like to draw attention to myself. Nope, I do. I let things proceed at their own pace, to some degree. I would never go hang gliding or bungee jumping. Wrong. I actually intend to this summer at some point. I'm not easily amused. Wrong. I'm so easily amused. I'm so easy to entertain. Seldom get lost in thought. Wrong. Do not like concerts. This is what I was saying. I love concerts. I love festivals. I love fairs. Anything like that. It's the crowds I don't like. But I like concerts. I experience very few emotional high and lows. Wrong. I'm a roller coaster of emotions. Dislike new foods. Wrong. I'll try anything once. I'm not interested in not interested in theoretical discussions. Wrong. I talk about the zombie apocalypse, or what if aliens came, or what if the world ended, or what if... I talk about this sort of stuff all the time. This makes up most of my conversations. I believe we should be tough on crime, neutral, because crime is subjective. I'm wary of others, somewhat. I take advantage of others. I don't think so. I turn my back on others. No, I'm fairly loyal to my crowd. I get back at others. Somewhat. Again, this falls into the eye for an eye type of thing. Sometimes you just need to do something back in order to be okay again. You get me? I boast about my virtues. What virtues? I believe people should fend for themselves. Somewhat, but I don't mind helping each other. I have little to contribute. No, I have a lot to contribute in all sorts of different kinds of areas. You might not want my help because I might just screw it all up, but I'm there to try. I'm not bothered by messy people. Somewhat. Food messy, like if you spill your food on the table and you don't clean it up, that's gross. If you have a bunch of popsicle sticks and glue guns on the floor and you're playing with it, like you're building something and you leave it to go eat lunch, and then you just leave it there, I'm not bothered by that. I don't give a crap. I do the opposite of what is asked. No, because I would lose my job. I don't get just... I do just enough work to get by. No. I mean, the last one said I over-excel at my work and do above and beyond, which isn't necessarily true, but no, I'd like to think I put in enough effort to get more than to get by. Like, I try to be an example. I have difficulty starting tasks. It depends on what it is. I act without thinking. Depends on what it is. I adapt easily to new situations. To some degree. I rarely complain. No, I complain a lot. I don't always mean it. Like, I don't mean to complain, or I don't say it in seriousness, but yeah, I complain a lot. Which is not good, but I do. Wait. Oh. Wrong one. I'm very pleased with myself. Again, medium. I'm able to stand up for myself. Heck yeah. Even in the most stupid situations where I shouldn't say anything, I do. I never splurge. Wrong. I do. I'm calm even in tense situations. Depends on what it is. I keep others at a distance. Some people. There's a very small crowd I keep close to me. I seek quiet. Yes, I do. I hold back my opinions. Not often. I react slowly. Medium. I dislike loud music. Yes. Especially by other people. If I wanted to hear your music, I would be listening to it. I would put in my headphones and listen to what you're listening to. No, I hate when other people impose their music upon me. If I want to listen to it, I'll ask. But if I don't ask, don't make me listen to it. I seldom joke around. Wrong. Completely wrong. I joke around all the time. I have difficulty imagining things. Wrong. I do not enjoy watching dance performances. No, I think they're fun. Like, it depends on what... Even then, I could watch anything from ballet to crumping. I don't know. It's fun. I don't understand people who get emotional. Understand is the key word. I'm around a lot of people who get emotional, and I myself am a fairly emotional person. Understand is the key word. I don't always understand it. I'm attached to conventional ways. Neutral. I avoid difficult reading material. No, I try to read difficult things, I just don't always do it well. I like to stand during the national anthem, absolutely, positively, every single time. I believe people are essentially evil. No, not everyone. Some people, or choose that direction, but no. Not by nature. I obstruct others' plans. No, I want to see people succeed. Unless their plan is to end the world, but even then, that might not be such a bad idea. I take no time for others. Neutral. I hold a grudge sometimes. I make myself the center of attention. Yes. I can't stand weak people. There's a difference. I'm gonna say yes because I'm not talking about the people who aren't strong enough to reach their goals because they actually have a reason to be or need help or encouragement to reach their goals. I'm talking about the people who make excuses and are too lazy or too weak-minded to reach their goals. People who make up excuses and blame other people and point fingers at other people for their own shortcomings. So those are the kind of people I can't stand. I'm not talking about the kind of people who need help or are too physically or mentally weak to reach their goals. I'm talking about the people who are... Recording! Talking about people who don't reach their goals because they make excuses and blame other people. I don't see the consequences of things. No, I often do. I'm not bothered by disorder. Depends. I misrepresent the facts. I try not to. I put little time and effort into my work. No, whenever I do something, I usually give it my all. I postpone decisions. Neutral. Depends on what it is and how much it's going to affect people. I often make last-minute plans. Yep. I'm relaxed most of the time. Somewhat. Let's score it! Let's do it! No thanks. Just show me my results. You in a nutshell. Below is an overview of your broad characteristics on the 5 major dimensions of personality. Your cognitive style is intellectual. You are thinking. You tend to prefer ideas and concepts over facts and realities. You are comfortable with theory and using your imagination, especially when it comes to envisioning the possibilities of the future. In your spare time, you also enjoy activities that allow you to explore new ideas and improve your mind. I'll say that's accurate. Your organization style is flexible. You tend to go with the flow and take life as it comes. You're not a planner, preferring instead to see how things shape up before deciding on a course of action. You may sometimes be distractible and impulsive and neglect to see long-term goals, but when it comes to enjoying life, you always win the prize. I'll agree with that too. Your energy style is ambiverted. You may feel a little left out of the extrovert-introvert controversy, but truthfully, you're right smack in the middle. You like You like staying at home alone sometimes. For you, the key to social happiness is balance, like a social butterfly and a quiet reflection. No, I am 100% an introvert. Your stress management style is responsive. You consider yourself a realist in outlook, not overly worried, but not totally carefree either. You take a pragmatic approach to evaluating risk. You're not one who needlessly takes chances, as you're well aware that there's danger out in the world. On the other hand, you don't let yourself be controlled by fear, understanding that without taking a few chances, life isn't worth living. That one I'll agree with. Your interpersonal style is competitive. You generally see other people as competition and make an effort to come out on top. It's important to be intelligent and quick on your feet so that you don't miss out on opportunities to better the situation. You can be argumentative and may struggle in environments where you're expected to be a team player. Abso-positively. That is so me. I don't do well when I'm supposed to cooperate with my teammates. I'm a competitive person who likes to achieve, who likes to compete for the best spot. So all of these 5 things were right except this one right here, the ambivert thing. I'm definitely an introvert, so got that one a little bit wonky, but my answers could have been on the fence because I'm so wishy-washy. Oh, these are the scores on the personality traits. My imagination is high. My artistic interests are high. Emotionally, I am about average. I am adventurous, high level. Intellectual interests, about average. Liberalism, about average. Self-efficiencies, low. Is low? Orderliness is low. Yes, I know that. Dutifulness is about average. Achievement striving is about average. Cautiousness is low. Okay. Friendliness is low. Whoa, what is that word? Gregarious? People who find the company of others pleasantly stimulating and rewarding. Low. Yeah, introvert. Assertiveness is high. Activity level is high. Excitement seeking, about average. Cheerfulness, about average. Anxiety is about average. Anger is high. People who score high in anger feel enraged when things do not go their way. They are sensitive about being treated fairly and feel resentful and bitter when they are being cheated. The scale measures tendency to feel angry. Whether or not the person expresses annoyance and hostility depends on the individual's level of agreeableness. Low scorers do not get angry often or easily. I'm a high scorer, so that means I'm an angry person. I don't know if that's true or not, but who knows. Depression, average. Self-consciousness, average. Immoderation is low. What does that mean? Immoderate individuals feel strong craving and urges that have difficulty resisting. They tend to be oriented towards short-term pleasures and rewards rather than long-term consequences. Low scorers do not. Okay, so this is a good thing. Vulnerability, about average. Trust level is low. Honesty level, low? Honesty level is low? Altruism, what does that mean? Generally rewarding. Find helping other people. So I don't like to help other people? That's low. Cooperation is low. Modesty level is about average. Sympathy is low. Wow. Okay. So basically I'm heartless and completely... I'm cruel and heartless, but I'm imaginative and ambitious and competitive. I don't know how to take that, but you're probably right, which is sad, but it's kind of true. I mean, the biggest thing is this one right here that wasn't true. I'm not ambiverted. I don't like people at all. Other than that, I mean, I do sympathize with people and I do try to help, so I'm not so sure about that one. Again, the anger level, I would say I'm about average. I don't consider myself an angry person, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. Other than that, yeah, they got it pretty much right. I mean, pretty true. So, I guess that's it. So that was the 300 person, the 300 question personality test. That was quite a long haul. I'm glad you guys stayed with me through it all. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video when I get my voice back. Bye-bye!